Hi, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be making these super sparkly cubic right angle weave hoop earrings. So the base is made of cubic right angle weave or CRAW, and then we're going to embellish the sides with some bicones before finally putting on a strip of 4mm SS16 rose Montees or Rhinestones, depending on where you're buying them from. So let's take a look at our materials. We're going to need some size 11 seed beads, some 3mm bicones, some 4mm SS16 rose Montees, and then you'll need a hoop earring. Now on these ones I've used these 32mm lever back hoops, but for today I'm also going to make the earring on this little wineglass charm. The reason I'm using the wineglass charm is because it just makes the earring a bit smaller, and I wanted to be able to demonstrate that it works on both. So obviously we've already got these ones made up and we know they work really nice and they're quite a big chunky hoop, whereas these ones are just a little bit smaller. I am going to demonstrate in size 8 seed beads when it comes to the CRAW, and multiple colours, just so it's easy to see where I'm going. And I guess we should get started. So if you're working on the 32mm hoop, you will need to have a length of CRAW that is 23 cubes long. But if you're working on like the wineglass charm, which is about, I'd say 25mm, but I'll check that out properly. We'll have all the materials in the list down below of what you need, and obviously my trusty size 12 needle that I always use, and my £6 Fireline, but I will list all that below. And now we're going to start with our CRAW. So because I'm working in size 8s, you'll obviously be working in size 11s, but let's get started. So we're going to start by picking up 4 seed beads, and we're going to take them all the way down our thread and then go back through them all again, and then through 2 more, 2 of them again, just to create this little loop of beads, and pull them tight. So we have this little set of 4 seed beads, and this is our base row. We're now going to pick up 3 seed beads, and we're going to come back through the bead we're coming out of to create a right angle weave stitch. And these 3 beads are sitting around this one on the base row. We're going to move forward into the next seed bead on our base row. Okay, now we're going to pick up 2 seeds. We're going to come down the first seed bead of that set of 3 and back into the one you're coming out of on your base row, and pull them tight. And then we're going to twist round to go through the next seed bead on our base row, just like that. So you can see that we've got this set of 4, just like we had that set of 4. So now we're going to pick up 2 seeds, and we're going to go down the first one of the set of 2 we've just put on and into the next one, into the same one that we're coming out of on our base row. So the same one we were coming out of, to create that little 4 again. We're going to go into the last one on our base row, like so. Ooh, pull that thread. And now we're going to sit up our beads like a little armchair, and we're going to go up the 3rd one from the first set of 3 that we added. We're going to pick up 1, and we're going to go down into the first one from that set of 2 we previously added on the last step. and back into the one we're coming out of on the base row. So you can see we've got that 4 beads again. We're now going to go up that side one and then turn your cube over to the top, and you'll see you've got 4 loose seed beads on the top of your cube. We're now just going to go through all of them seed beads on the top. Just like so. And that is your first cube. You'll notice that each side has a set of 4 seed beads. Okay, so now these 4 seed beads become our base row. So now we're going to pick up again exactly the same as what we've just done. We're going to pick up 3 seeds and go back into the one we're coming out of on the new base row. We're going to go into the next one on the base row. We're going to pick up 2 seeds and go down the first one of the previous 3 and back into the seed we're coming out of on the base row. I'm going to turn it and we're going to the next one along on the base row. We're going to pick up 2 seeds and go down the first seed of the previous 2 we've just picked up and back into the one we're coming out of on the base row. We're going to go into the next one on the base row, up that third one from the set of 3. This is our little armchair. Pick up 1. Oh, can't pick that one up. And come down the first one of the previous set of 2 and back into the one we started from on the base row. Go up that side one again, and then we have 4 loose beads on the top, which we're just going to join together like so. Okay, and there we have 2 little cubes. It's really quite hard to see the cubes with all the multiple colours, but it was much easier to teach this essentially with multiple colours, as it's easy to see which seed bead you should be going down. I'm going to pop that to one side now. And so if you're making the 32mm ring, remember you need to make 23 cubes to fit around that. But if you're making the wineglass charm one, you need 19 cubes. And here is my 19 cubes in size 11 seed beads. So what we're going to do now is we're going to open our wineglass charm. We're going to grab a pair of pliers if you're using the wineglass charm. If you're not and you're using the lever backs, you will just slide it on. It won't be easy, it'll be quite tough and it will take a minute. Just persevere, try not to knock the loop out of shape. But because of this there's like a little bit of an, I don't know what to call that, tiny bit of metal sticking out, it's harder to get the cubes over, and obviously you're pulling them round, but persevere, it does work. Alternatively, if you are experienced at craw already, you can actually pop it on once you've got a few cubes in place and then just kind of like bead onto the ring. But because I'm using this little wineglass charm now, I'm just going to push that little bit that's sticking up with my pliers. I'm just going to bend it out of shape just so it sits forward like that, and then I'm going to put my cubes on the wineglass charm like so till it comes out the other side of the strip. There we go, as you can see, like that. Now what you will notice is that your cubes don't quite fit the whole way round, but as we put the 3mm bicones on, it will stretch your craw, so don't feel like, oh, I need to put extras on, because it will stretch. That was quite loose to about here when I first put the craw on, but as I stretched it out with my bicones, it fitted right perfect and in a really neat all the way around the ring. Okay, so as you can see, I've now popped up my little my little piece of metal again so we can do that. This bit is what's going to sit through your ear, that bit there. And let's add our next row. Okay, so we want to have come round now to be coming out of a size 11 on the side of our crawl strip. And we're just going to pick up 1 3mm bicone and go right into the next 11 along on that crawl strip. So we're essentially joining between our cubes our 3mm bicones, and pick up another one and go into the next side, size 11 along, and pull tight. There we go. So we're going to keep doing that all the way along till we reach the other end. Okay, and I'm just about to put my last 3mm bicone in because I'm now at the other end of my crawl strip. As you're making your crawl strip, one thing to obviously check as you've done it is that you've not twisted and that some of your bicones have gone around your crawl strip. So what we're going to do now is go through the next size 11 along, which is the not a side one, it's like a top one, and we're going to turn our piece and come into the side one on the opposite side to where we've just added our bicones. And we're just going to repeat that again, adding 3mm bicones on the sides beads of our crawl strip. So just like that. Let's put that back in there. We just want to sit in now. There we go. And then the next one. And again, we're just going to continue all the way down, adding in our 3mm bicones. And once you've put your last 3mm bicone in place, we're just going to go through the top size 11 of your crawl, through the first side one on the other side, so what we've just done, and into the first 3mm bicone, like so. Just going to fix that a little bit more just so it stops it from coming off. There we go. So now we've added our 2 strips of bicones in. They might not be sitting absolutely perfect, don't worry about that. We're going to put the rhinestones on now and the monties, and it's going to bring them all nice and neat. So picking up a monty, a rose monty, we're coming out of this bicone, we're going to go into the bicone that is diagonal to the one we're coming out of. So we're going to go through that one and just kind of pop them in place. Now they might move around a little bit, but you want them to sit as neat as possible. So maybe a little bit fiddly, but you just want it to sit neatly on the top. We are going to come back and put them in place from the other way in a second. So we're just going to do that again. We're going to pick up a monty, and I'm going to put my thumb on that one. And coming out of this one, I'm going to go diagonally into the bicone on the other side, like so. And we're going to put that into place. Try to not lift your thread and pull it against your bicones, as that would easily help you to snap the thread. So again, one more, pick up 1 rose monty, holding on to the one that's there so it can't move, and go into the bicone that is diagonal to the one you're coming out of. And fix it neatly in place, like so. And we're just going to continue doing that all the way along. And I'm just about to add my last monty in place. There we go. So that's the last one in place. As you can see, they're all pretty much in a nice neat line, but now we're going to neaten that up even more. So we're going to come out of that bicone, we're going to come back through our size 11s, and we're going to head over to the other side to come out of our first bicone on the other side. So going through them 3/11s and there. Now we're going to use the holes of the Montees, the side holes that we've already used. So coming out of this bicone, we're just going to go into that hole there on the side that we've already used, because you can see that thread's already coming out of it, and go straight across, hold your Monty in place. Don't get the thread wrapped around your finger. And then go into the bicone that is diagonal to the one you've just come out. You won't have used it to join yet. So there we go, straight into that one. And that Monty is now sitting nicely between these 4 bicones because it's joined to all 4. We're just going to do it again. We're going to take our needle through the hole on the Monty we've already used, the side hole, like so, holding that one behind it. Hold the one, if you can hold the 2 at the same time, it's always better. And then go into the bicone on the opposite side, the diagonal to the one you're coming out of. Hold them in place. There you go, just like that. Okay, so you're going to continue that all the way along now, just adding, taking your needle through your Montees and into your bicones. Okay, and I'm just coming through my last Monty and into my bicone, and now that is all a neat little row of Montees. But we want to add one last, ooh, got a bit of thread stuck there. Oh, there we go. One last little bit of security. So we're going to go back through our seeds over to the bicone on the other side, the first one. A little bit tighter. There we go. And into the bicone. And now we're going to do a little magic move by pushing our needle through this first Monty using the side we've just gone into, but we want it to come out of the longer hole. So we're kind of going to go in, and it's going to be a little bit tricky and it might take you a minute, but basically we want to go through. It's not going to do it for me now, is it? Right, okay. Okay, if it won't go in for you, like it's not doing for me right now, we're going to come back out to the bicone. And we're going to go back through these 3. And we're going to go into here. It's a little bit of improv. And I think we will just add one more seed and go straight into the Monty that's in front of us, like so. And then we're going to go through all our Montees. Okay, I'm just coming out of my last Monty. I've joined all them Montees together all the way along. Now because I've added this seed on that side already, I'm going to pick up one size 11 and I'm going to go into these 3 size 11s, go through them 3 right in front. To make that sit there, and go into that one as well. And then we're going to go back into that size 11 that we've just come out of, that new size 11 we've just added. And then we're going to go back through all of our Montees again, if you can fit through them all again, which I'm sure you will be able to. Again, it might be a little bit tricky, but let's just do our best. Okay, and when you come out of your last Monty, because we've put this little tiny size 11 seed here, the little improvised one, we're just going to go back into it And then because we've joined it to this one here, we're going to join it to the seed on this side. So straight into that size 11 there, just after your first bicone. And like so. That is your earring finished. I hope you've enjoyed that. If you decide this was a bit too fiddly to be going through all the monties to join them all together, you can leave that part out. That's just as a little bit of added security to make them all nice and straight and sit lovely. But it is fiddly, and if it's not for you, don't worry about it. They will still sit lovely just between the four. We're now just going to add in a couple of half-hitch knots just to tie off our thread. So simply go under the thread between two beads, like so. Make a loop, like that. Pop your needle through the loop and pull tight. And that will pop a little knot in between these two beads. And then to hide the knot, we're just going to go through the next bead along. And the one after. You can add a few more knots if you wish, just for a bit more security. But that is our earring finished. I hope you've enjoyed it, and if you have enjoyed it, it would be really lovely if you would subscribe to my channel. I have lots of more content coming over the next few weeks. And yes, thank you for joining me. Take care now. Bye.